Hello, hello, hello. And yes, I purposely did say hello 3 times because we have 3 studs as our love interest today. Welcome to Too Stupid to Live, a podcast that reviews romance novels $5 and under. I'm your host, Becky Feldman. And what is better than one mafia boss boyfriend? I don't know, maybe 3 mafia boss boyfriends? Yes, today we are reviewing a romance novel that I actually think should be the premise of The Godfather Part 3, Her Possessive Kingpins by Ellie Rowe and Gemma Hayes. It's a dark, why choose mafia romance where the testosterone levels here are so high it can be used to fuel every monster truck that was ever made. So obviously, I needed a guest who can handle all the manliness. And who better than Robin Reed? She is back on the show to help me appreciate not only the organizational skills one needs when running an operation for a crime syndicate, but also the organizational skills one needs when having an orgy with a crime syndicate. I had the most fun chatting about this book with Robin. In fact, I'm still laughing over some of the things we talked about. So please enjoy this review of Her Possessive Kingpins. Oh my God, Robin Reed, welcome back to this podcast.
Thank you. I don't think video podcasting technology was even a thing yet the last time I was here.
No, it was in the dark ages. We were etching in cave drawings into caves of our images. Yeah.
And here we are now.
Here we are now. First of all, I should have gotten you back on sooner because I had so much fun with you on the show. You were so much fun to talk about. But I'm glad we're talking about this book in particular because when I was reading it, I was picturing in my head the goofiest voice. And you do voices. You're a voiceover artist. You've done voices on Talking Tom, which I wrote on. You're so talented. And I was like, Robin could read the shit out of this.
It's very funny because I don't want to give anything away or jump in too quickly, but I kept picturing all the guys kind of sounding like the Brad Garrett, the brother on Everybody Loves Raymond.
Me too.
They have this deep kind of voice like that. They all kind of talk like that. I was like, something's wrong. Something doesn't really connect. But yeah, especially when those cookies with the caramel.
Yeah, thank you. That's exactly. And I was picturing even her, I don't know, I was picturing Adriana from everyone from The Sopranos.
Yep.
And then I don't know if you ever watched Mob Wives, but it was a reality show that oh my God, did you watch?
Was
Mob
that
Wives?
with Big Ange?
It was with Big Ange.
I didn't watch the show, but I know a fair amount of about Big Ange, big Staten Island person.
She R.I.P. Big Ange. She was such a character. But I was picturing even everyone was either talking like Big Ange or The Sopranos or Brad Garrett. It was no one had, not that anyone was normal. I don't want to say normal because everyone has an accent, but I'm just thinking these big characters. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's sort of everyone has Michael Imperioli's face taped over whatever body.
Exactly.
We've been trained by The Sopranos. We've been trained by Goodfellas and The Sopranos.
Absolutely. I feel all 3 guys, because this is a polyamory romance, or a why choose romance, and I was I'm just going to picture 3 Michael Imperiolis.
I mean, safe bet. You know the shape of it. It's easy enough for reference.
They were all Michael Imperioli, and I love him, and I loved him in The Sopranos. I wanted to marry into the mob at that point in my life.
I mean, who didn't? Who doesn't?
I know. I mean, especially now.
Well, and now to know that they kind of take nerds. You're like,
yes,
it is an option.
It is an option. Okay, so tell me about I gave you a list of okay, here's some options you chose. You wanted mafia, you were interested in polyamory. I have to know what intrigued you about those kind of aspects.
Okay, when you say interested in polyamory, it's
Yeah, no,
like not
no,
a
yeah,
like
that,
I'm curious, I want to apply, but
yes, no,
I
I know what you mean.
find it
Yeah.
I find it a wildly interesting topic
Hmm.
because I watched a documentary, or maybe it was a series. I feel like it was a PBS style thing before the Tiger King style
Yes.
docu-series, like an
Hmm.
old kind of more documentary series
Hmm.
about polyamory. And I'm always one like it is not for me. I have no focus. I can't have a simultaneous mani pedi. I'm just like I don't know where to put my attention. I could
Yes.
never figure that out. I
Yes.
also can barely handle a one-on-one relationship just with the chat. Like I need a lot of time alone. And so this is just this is I'm like let's see what they can get into. I used to have this joke that was kind of true, like I only watched porn, three-way porn, but the only part I was interested in was watching them negotiate the switch, like what happens when they move around. And I
Yes.
feel like
Yeah.
that in this book was something that I was like I don't know if the math is working out here, like
Yes, I felt like they like I was like these people need to go to menage a trois school. Or there's four of them, but like
menage a quatre.
yeah, but like it's yeah, they need to like there was something about it that I was like not that I am having group sex every night of my life, but it's just every other night. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, the
Um
90s.
the 90s were wild, but like there was like
Wild.
something about it that I was like there's certain like even if it's not like sexy, there's just like certain kind of like you go here and I'll go here, like there's like you said, negotiating, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's always someone who's like, all right, you go over, and they like grab your butt in, not mine, but the
Yeah.
butt in a
Yeah.
weird way and like flip them around. And
Mm-hmm.
there's someone with a plan. And now other people are just like, where do I go? And then there's someone cold in the corner, just like,
Exactly.
that
Yeah.
happened here.
Absolutely. Yeah. The cold in the corner thing. I think that was like kind of caught me a little bit because like I feel like I have read a lot of these like the term used to be called reverse harem where it was like one woman and a bunch of sexy men, right?
Oh, sure.
But like I think harems in general, like it comes with a lot of like negative, it has a negative history, I suppose. So the romance world kind of said, why don't we change this term to why choose? So like which I love. Um so but what was interesting about this was that like even if there's like someone who's like off on the bench, let's say getting a drink of water during the group
Mhm.
sex, like there's still you're still with them because like you're getting how they're feeling, like watching what's going on visually, like it's no matter where you
Mhm.
are in the room, you're having fun. There isn't anyone
Mhm.
like whew, let me just like take a smoke. No one's taking smoke breaks unless it's part
No,
of the
no one's
thing.
grabbing a brownie in the middle of it all.
No.
They're all participating in their own unique way. But
Exactly,
none more
exactly.
than her. She is definitely like the
Yes.
focus.
And that's the thing. And I think that's like kind of the appeal of these things of like, okay, really, we're all reading this because like it's like all of these insanely sexy men focused on the female character that we're kind of inserting ourselves in. What a fantasy, what a dream come true. And I get it. But it's hard like with our brains to not be like, well, where is he during that? And like what is he thinking? Where did his pants go? Like, where's his hand? Like all
Yeah.
that stuff.
I don't remember that belt coming undone. Like I don't remember him having pants.
Yes.
All of a sudden we're just in. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
We are in and we are crazy. Okay, so the book we reviewed are the book we reviewed are the book we reviewed is you're welcome. Her Possessive Kingpins by Ellie Rowe and Gemma Hayes. It is a why choose mafia romance. Okay, here's a synopsis that I wrote. Let's see if I can say it. Okay. All right. After her father offers his unassuming Baker daughter Joanna as collateral to mafia kingpins Gio, Torin, and Dean, the pot Joanna doesn't expect to be stirring is that of her own heart. But Gio, Torin, and Dean are enamored by more than just her sweet treats. It's her spicy attitude and the steamy desire that take things to a whole new heat level. Joanna may be the one who's kidnapped, but what's really being captured are the hearts of her kidnappers. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so
literal
much.
chef's kiss, baker's kiss.
Baker's kiss.
Yep, it was amazing.
Okay, so I gave you the option of this book. What were you thinking? What were your first impressions?
I don't even remember life before this book, but I vaguely I
Same,
vaguely
same.
remember there was another one on the list that I was like, well, probably that. And then when I looked at them, I was like, oh no, this one seems bananas. Um,
Yes.
I am a sucker for a mob movie. I am a
Okay.
sucker for I watched the Whitey Bulger documentary like 6 times.
Yes.
It's a
Mm-hmm.
comfort food for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know why I like it. I like tough guys talking about cutting fingers off. Um,
Yes.
I'm from Boston, and there's a lot of talk and no action, which
Mm-hmm.
no one.
That's all.
Well,
It's
some
all
people got
mob.
hurt here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like I feel like that's kind of the thing with like Kingpins is that they are so far away from like the action. Like they kind of turn into,
Yes.
dare I say, like little pussy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I mean, they have a lot of time to keep that apartment sparkling.
Exactly.
House,
Yeah.
apartment. I didn't know where they were in this. Oh, but
Oh,
why I chose
yeah.
this, I thought like it just seemed. I don't know. I think it was that the other book said something about like silver daddies, and with all the
Yes.
stuff in the news, I was like, I can't do old guys and young.
No, no,
No,
no, no, no, not right now, not right now.
no.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
this one felt like, all right, let's go down this little mafia on
Hmm.
this mafia journey.
On this mafia journey. I do love, like, I love The Sopranos. I love The Godfather. Like, and obviously I love any type of reality show where they're tangentially related to the mafia but won't overtly
Mm-hmm.
admit it, i.e., The Real
Mm-hmm.
Housewives of New Jersey.
Housewives of New Jersey. Yep. It's family.
It's family. Yeah, and like I love like the idea, like I mean, I hate crime, obviously. Like crime is bad. Let's all
Boo. Yeah.
agree, boo crime, but I do love like ragtag found families.
Yeah, and I have a really sharp yen for justice, and while they make up their own rules, they stick to them, and I am a big
Hmm.
supporter of people following rules.
Yes. Yes.
So even if they're like not exactly like the legal rules, they have a code and they stick
Hmm.
to it. I
Yes, and
appreciate that.
me too. Like I think like I mean I know the term is organized crime, but it's organized very well. Like
Yeah.
I like in terms of like white label or whatever, like legal jobs that I'm applying to and I don't hear back from the interviewers, at least in mafia, in organized crime, they're organized and they have a way of doing things and they have their system and they're communicating and there's a method and
Yep.
it like is like it's almost like what like we were talking about cleaning earlier, like it's like really nice to like watch, like again their murder's bad but like to watch it done in a very smooth operative way. Love
The
it.
murder's done and they're like, call the service, get it tidied up. And I appreciate that as someone who like I might let something sit for a minute just because I don't
Mm-hmm.
know how to deal with it. No, they have this on speed dial, the extra special blood service.
Yes, exactly. Or like just like something like I love like okay, like there is a cleaning service that's going to come in and like clean up the mess or whatever and that's just a given. They have a history with it's just something that happens and I'm just like I love the pre-planning of it all. Like you really have your bases covered and I think that like um more corporations could use that method.
These guys could be running Hollywood if they want to go straight.
Exactly. I mean, you want to hear, you don't get a call back and you want to know why? Like, the mafia would tell you. The
They're going to
mafia
let
would
you
tell
know.
you.
They'll go find out. They'll drive one of their 12 cars and figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Or like, they'll bring you back in. They'll remember you. They're just like, they're just
Yep.
really nice and personable. And that my point is, we should all be the mafia.
Be run more smoothly, that's for sure.
They definitely run more smoothly. They fuck more smoothly, dare I say. We're getting into it. Okay. So this book opens, we meet Joanna, and she is the daughter of what's his name? His name is
Antonio DeGarmo.
Antonio the Diamond King of Manhattan.
Which, I'm sorry, if that were a real person, he would be a Hasidic Jew. Those are the Diamond Kings.
You
this
are
is
absolutely
like
right.
where I'm like, oh, someone didn't do the exact right research, but I'll buy it. I'll buy it. This would be more like the Diamond King of Atlantic City.
Thank you. This is the thing is that like obviously we're not reading this for a mob story, and I know nothing about the mob, but I could not stop thinking about, like, he can't just deal in only diamonds. Like, he has to do you know what I mean? Like, how are you
Mm-hmm.
making how are you making, I mean, obviously, like, he is, like, running out of money, and he, like, sends his daughter for as a collateral, so obviously he's doing a terrible job of it, but just diamonds in this economy.
Right.
Mm.
But also, he only owed, I mean, and I'm not a rich person by any
No.
means. I don't
Yeah.
have this kind of cash lying around, but he
Mm-mm.
only owed $2 million. That
That
seems
is,
like a very small, that you should have that in your trunk.
thank you. Thank you. And if you owed $2 million, like, you could get the, again, he is a kingpin. You can get your underlings to each give you, 100,000 on loan. Obviously, you won't pay them back. You don't have to, but
No.
you just hold their lives over their head. Bam, wham,
Yeah.
bam. Thank you, ma'am. You paid your debt, man.
Yeah. So there is a certain a leap of faith you have to take just with the like initial plot.
Exactly. 100%. You are absolutely right. But I do like this kind of concept of, like, the daughter who got away. She just wants a normal life. She's going to go into baking.
Black sheep, white family. White sheep, black family. Whatever the
Ex-
reverse of that joke is.
Whatever it is. She's like the black sheep of the family, but she's the white sheep. But, like, she's like, I don't want anything to do with all of this, like, death and murder and crime and stuff. I'm moving to Maine and I'm opening a bakery.
The very normal place of Maine where no weird murders happen ever.
Yeah, that's where you go. Like, honestly, she is going to the place where you bury the bodies.
100%. It's the Alaska of the East Coast. It's like if you want to get away and have nobody talk to you. I was just talking to someone about this recently, about how people in Maine, someone I know, friend of a friend moved to Maine. That was it.
Mhm.
And he bought a house and like nobody will talk to him because he hasn't been there 30 plus years.
Right.
He hasn't been like, he's not fifth generation Mainer. And they're like,
Mhm.
fly by night.
Yeah, they don't like outsiders, but she, like, already she's hardly been there that long. She has, like, the best bakery in town. She has so many friends. She's, like, going out on a date that night. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like she's a good baker.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No talk of culinary school or anything, and no talk of a mother. But I think she just has it.
She just has it. You're absolutely right. Like, I think, so where did she go to school? Like, okay. Again, I don't know much about finances, but, like, let's say she did go to culinary school. Who financed it? Oh my God. If it was financed by her dad, she does owe him a bit of gratitude towards organized crime for that education that's giving, it's like all of these things that, not that none of this matters. None of this matters.
Right. No.
None of this matters.
I get bogged in the details a little bit. So I'm like, well, this is not. How can they be having sex when there's all these unanswered questions?
Thank you. Yeah. And I think that's, like, what's so fun about these books is that, like, it's so silly that, like, I'm bogged down in these questions, but then I realize it doesn't matter. And there's, like, an element of, like, relief there of, like, I'm glad I thought this and I'm glad it doesn't matter.
Yep. If only I cared less and just got on with it, things might go more smoothly. But things were not going smoothly for poor Joanna.
No, things were not. She's like dealing with, like, not only, like, before she gets kidnapped, but she is, like, she, like, looks at she has her two older sisters who are, like, these, like, plasticky, kind of, they're like the Real Housewives style, and she, like, she doesn't want to talk to them, but she keeps tabs on them on Instagram.
On Instagram.
Is that something that you do? Not that you keep tabs on your mafia sisters, but, like, do you, like, keep tabs on the people that were in your past to just, like, keep track of them? Is that something you have a tendency to do?
I would say I used to.
Mm-hmm.
And now I think all I do is trade reels with old friends of like, oh, look, it's beavers going to the vegetable patch again.
That's what you use social media for. Yeah.
No.
That's exactly
it's a simpler way. But I think if I were, maybe when I were younger, the whole thing of like, oh, I guess I was the only one not invited for ramen last night.
Yeah. Or like, oh, I didn't get that job. I don't know why I'm like really like job focused
On
this
the
morning,
job.
but like, you know what I mean? Of just like, oh yeah, like, oh, they worked. They got hired on. Okay, great. I'm glad that they all
Oh.
went on the writers retreat together. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it can be a useful tool.
yes,
And it
yeah, yeah,
seems
yeah.
like, but what I think is actually quite truthful is
hmm
like she's following people she hates. It's a hate watch of Instagram.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. She like wants nothing to do with this life and she hates them and like they hate her. Everyone hates everyone. And
Mm-hmm.
obviously her father hates her because later on she goes on a date with a guy who's like normal. He's a
Mm-hmm.
normal guy in software, finance, whatever. She gets kidnapped by our three kingpins, Geo, Dean, and Thorin. So, should we talk about these three hot quote unquote
Yes, please.
kingpins for a second?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Geo because he seemed like the leader of it, unless I was mistaken. Not the leader.
He does seem like, yeah, he's written as, well, let's work backwards. Dean is sort
Okay.
of the dopey jock-ish one.
Yes, he's the one. He's the MIT. He's the computer whiz, but there's one really, really funny line that he was like, I hotwired a car. What can I say? I'm a computer whiz.
Some of the jokes were so, that's where I was
So
like,
good.
this book was written by theater kids.
Thank
Like
you.
where they're just
Yes.
like, I am putting my greatest lines in this. I'm just jamming them in. It doesn't necessarily work, but this is a gem. I have so many little highlights that I was like, oh, go back
Yes.
and look. Yeah. And then Thorin is the kickboxing,
Yeah.
boxing, heavy bag guy.
He's the heavy bad guy.
Like,
Man bun. Yeah.
right? How
hmm
much he talks about his man. Now my man bun was down. Like,
Yeah.
really?
And I have a question for you. Like, do you think that like men who have man buns, do they refer to their man buns as man buns?
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
All right.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm looking at the photo from the book. No man
Mhm.
bun in sight. They're all high in tights.
No, none of these guys or even her look like anything remotely that's described in this book. It's
Mm-mm.
okay. I understand. It's a probably generated,
Yeah.
cover. But yeah, no, if you're gonna like at the very least get a man bun, Also, Michael Imperioli in a man bun, like I had fun imagining that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, is sort of now his face is on Jason Momoa's hair.
Exactly. Yeah. Now
Yeah.
that is the dream come true.
I mean, the man bun and the Italian nose just like balance each other out. I love it.
Exactly. Yeah. Like a nice little like a seesaw, if you will. Yeah.
I will say though, the thing with the three guys, they were largely interchangeable.
They were.
Surprise. Right?
Mhm.
So like
They
there
were.
were details, but this one was into cars, this one was into boxing, but they were basically the same guy. They all liked the cookies.
They all love the cookies. Like
Mhm.
they so like when they kidnap her and again, she's full on like kidnapped and she's like, what the fuck, da 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 da. But then they're like, hey, don't worry, babe. This is not like your regular kidnapping. You're the gonna call the shots. And like
It's
they
a
don't say
real
that
I
at
was like,
all.
wow, I could be kidnapped. I could get right with this.
Yes, like this was because it's interesting because like I feel like kidnapping fantasies are a big thing in romance and
Mhm.
erotica. Like I get it, but it's also like in real life, it's so horrifying, obviously. And it's like an interesting line that you have you have to walk, because like it almost like it was like and I'm kind of like, how do you do that? Like, why was I able to digest this so well where I was like, kidnapping sounds fun even though I know it's terrible.
They bring her cat.
Yes.
They bring her hobbies. They bring her
Mhm.
better versions of her own stuff. If tomorrow someone was like, I'm going to kidnap you, you're going to be
Mhm.
out of your life for 6 months to forever,
Mhm.
but I'm going to get everything that you love, just the top line version of it, I would 100% go. And you're bringing my dog? Yes.
Yeah, they basically, it was like almost like kind of like this princess story, like the Cinderella story in a way, where they're bringing her to a castle where she has space, she has her pets. They live in a compound that is nicer than like anything you can imagine in the
So
hills.
this is where I kept getting confused too, because I
Hmm.
was like, there are not houses like this in Maine. But I guess they drove to Maine, got her, and then brought her back.
But back to where? That was the
I don't know.
question.
Manhattan, New Jersey. It sounded, I kept picturing the Honora house. That's what it
Yes,
felt like
yeah.
to me.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
mixed with like a very Soho in the 90s kind of loft situation.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Well, see, the thing is that I was picturing like if they were going from if they were driving from Maine down to even upstate New York, that is such a fucking long drive.
Yeah. Is she in the trunk with a bag on her head?
Yeah, or even if she wasn't, she's just like sitting in the car. Like, what are they listening?
They have a podcast? They have an audiobook going?
Thank you. Yeah, like what music are they listening to? Like, what are they?
Well, those guys are listening to terrible house music for sure.
100%.
And she's like, can we play the Lilith Fair soundtrack?
Yes, she does have great taste in music. I will say that she does.
It's true.
Yeah, it opens.
I was
her listening
quite
to
surprised.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then there were other things that I can't remember the other one, but there was one that I was surprised that made it in. And I was like, do I know the person who wrote this?
Yes.
I don't, but
because there's one time where she was like listening to Lizzo, and it's like something like the guys come
Lizzo
back
and baking.
in. Yeah, and they're like, we came back in and we were hearing these lyrics like, oh, I'm a 100% that bitch, and it's like this is so much fun.
She's educating them as well. She's
really
opening their
is.
hearts and their minds.
Absolutely. And I think that's like kind of what makes this kidnapping fantasy palatable, is that from like the second she is within their clasp of the handcuffs, metaphorically, she is the one in charge. She is holding all of the cards. She's like, I have a cat, they go get it, they get her thing. And like then it kind of like you kind of really see it in the sequence when they're going clothes shopping for her.
What do we love more than a makeover montage?
Oh, it is wild. Like, here's what's nuts is that I like read this romance novel that was like released in like 1972. One of like the first kind of like things that you saw in the grocery store with the whatever.
Was it Danielle Steele?
Yeah, it was like something like that. They have a clothing makeover montage in that book, and now we're reading this. Like, I don't know, it kind of just like blew my mind of like when in doubt, put in a clothing makeover montage. We all love it.
Yep. They're like, we're gonna get you dressed nice. Here are tiny shorts.
Yes.
She got tiny shorts. She got a gown.
That fit her perfectly.
Perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's it. Maybe she got some lingerie, tiny
Yes.
shorts, and a gown.
She got lingerie, and then like, but there was one. Didn't like Thorin was like, I know what she like. I actually read GQ. I love fashion, and then he gets her like a pencil skirt and a white shirt, and it still looks hot as fuck.
He has a secretary fantasy. He's like, let's my turn.
Yeah. And he's like, earth tones are in, brah. And they're like, how do you know about earth tones? They just like, I just want to watch a movie with the three of them. They are so great.
100%. Like, if this was these guys lived next door to her, she's just trying to run her bakery, and these three Goombas keep coming in. It was so funny.
They were so fucking funny.
So funny. But then, like, also got down to super business. You have a sense of humor and you'll kill someone. Like, there's a part of this that makes good sense for why it's a book.
Yes, because like they there's something about them is that like what, and also what's like really kind of maybe in engaging about like the mafia kind of romance in general is just how feral these guys will get to protect their woman. And boy, is that dropping panty. That's a panty dropper. That's panty dropping. Panties are dropped.
Yep. I don't even know if panties were purchased. Like, who needs them?
You don't even need them, because don't purchase them, because they're gonna drop.
They're just gonna drop. That's just floor decor.
You want a rug? Here you go.
She's not gonna wear them. No need.
Yeah. And like, again, but I think that's what's like so fun is like it is weird because it's like, oh, are we allowed to like this? Like, are we allowed to like this violence? Are we allowed to like kind of being held against our will? And it's like, kind of like, yeah, you are.
I kept having to remind myself just because the state of the world right now, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even watching the news, but it's hard to avoid what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is terrible. This can't happen to women. This can't happen to, and then I was like, it's a book. It's pretend. It's
Exactly.
escapism. But I'm
Yeah.
realizing like, wow, it's not easy to escape even to this perfectly box ticked fantasy world.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Like, what's interesting is that like even like I don't know if you watch the show Industry, but that the
Mm-mm.
it just ended and it ends on like a really kind of stress, to say the least, stressful moment of like, oh, this is making me like very uncomfortable, and then like to go and read this, and I'm like literally that night when I was done watching that show with, I won't spoil anything, but then and then like to read this, and I was like, why is this still appealing to me, like after seeing something kind of similar displayed in a really grotesque, horrifying way.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, is it the tone of the book? Like, is it because they're so goofy that I'm like, oh, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's interesting too. I think along those same lines, my instinct when I read is to put myself in the shoes of the protagonist.
Sure, sure.
And
Mm-hmm.
and there's a lot of ways where I'm like, oh yeah, I wouldn't like those sisters. I wouldn't like that father. I wouldn't. Da, da, da. And so you're kind of like, wait, why is she going with this? I wouldn't go with this. Wait, no,
Mm-hmm.
she keeps having to remind herself, no, these are my captors. I have been
Yes.
kidnapped. And then she's like, oh, but I think I like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you're like, well, I guess she's just making the best of her situation, which maybe there's a lesson there.
Maybe. Because, like, when she is, like, in the clothes shopping sequence, which I thought was great, she again kind of takes charge and is like, okay, you guys want to. I just, again, she's talking like Big Ange.
Yeah.
She's like,
Yep.
you guys want to buy me clothes? Here's what you're gonna do. You are gonna pick out what you think I'll like, and I'll let you know. And if I like it, I'll bake you a cookie or something.
She's
And
like, you're going to pick something out and I'm going to model it. Like that's some
yes,
sort of weird punishment. Like I'm going to
yeah.
put it on my hot body and make
Mhm.
you judge it. And you're like, I don't think that's landing the way you think it is, but
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
go.
And the thing is that like I think like she kind of like knew that. Like she's, again, like she's a lot smarter than we're giving her credit for. Just like their boss Jimmy Giles said, the big bad Jimmy Giles, don't underestimate her because she frosts cupcakes for a living.
I would watch a show where everybody talked like that and like nobody talked
Oh,
about it. That was
I
just the way everybody
know.
talks.
It was just the way everyone talks. It was so great. And also, can we talk about the mobster named Jimmy Giles? Like, oh, who do you work for? I work for Jimmy Giles.
Jimmy Giles, you know the Jay Giles band? It's like
Yeah.
that.
See, it's so funny you said that because, like, I was like, Jimmy Giles sounds like a saltwater taffy shop on the Atlantic City boardwalk. A mob guy, it is not.
No, no, no. Mobsters are Italian
hmm
and Irish.
Yes, or
And
Russian.
then
I
there's
mean, like,
there's
yeah,
other
yeah,
ones,
yeah.
but like yeah, there's Russian mob, but that's like that's a whole other
Yes,
thing.
that's a
But
whole
like
other
in
kind of
general,
governmenty thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, what kind of name is Giles? What is he, English? There's no English. I mean, there's hoodlums, I guess, but that's not the same thing.
But Giles is the name of Buffy's, teacher,
The
and he's like,
librarian,
he's a
yeah.
librarian, and it's like, what's like, hey, I'm with the Giles gang, and I would just be like, I'm gonna push you very lightly, and you're gonna fall over.
I'm with the Long Island Montgomerys. You're like,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, I'm with the Poindexters. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm so scared.
Wait, can we talk though about the fact that they have an added security guard? Is it Ames?
Yes, Ames, who I love. I love Ames.
Love Ames. Poor Ames. But
Mhm.
Ames is like the. Did you see Psycho Gorman? Do you know the movie Psycho Gorman?
No,
Oh,
no.
I think you would love this. There is an
Okay.
8-year-old girl in it who is
hmm
amazing. Basically, these kids, it's a great trailer. These kids unearth the hell beast of all hell beasts.
Okay.
And he's like, I'm going to give you a warrior's death. And she's like, here, put this little princess crown on. That's Ames. Ames ends up like in an apron. He's got flour on his nose. He's like, I don't know how I got the cake.
Yeah.
But here's the cake. They're like, we got to run errands. Now you're in charge of our captive. And she's like, well, if they're out, then I'm going to have fun too. Here, put this on. You're my sous chef.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's actually, she
so
gets to be
good.
quite bossy. It's a very female forward situation in a lot of ways.
It really is. And like, you know, for some reason, I think like the fantasy of it all, like what I really liked about it is that like, I love, fuck, like I wish I had like I was in a situation where I could like fuck with people like this and like get away with it. There's something like very kind of appealing about it of like, I just made you like eat your whatever that phrase is, you know, like kind of like you have like you're jabbing back and forth and you finally have that comeback that like puts them in their place. And that feeling that's the feeling you get from this entire book. And like I crave that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a power to it. But it's also what's interesting is she's never scared.
No.
And I wonder, like, is that just growing up with the mob? She's like, whatever, I hate my dad, but he'll chop your fingers off.
Right.
She's like,
right.
I have to remind myself I'm kidnapped because I'm so horny for my captors.
Yeah. I think, and I think this is another reason why this kind of fantasy was so palatable, because if she were scared, like I would be like, I don't know if I like this book. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, they're the kinder, gentler kidnappers. Kingpins.
Exactly. Also, are they kingpins? Can we talk about this?
I thought there was one kingpin, the king at the top. And these are what do you call them? Not officers, are they sergeant? They're commandants, I forget the
sentries.
Term.
Sentry? No.
Yeah, they're like
not goons, because like they're above goons. But they're like a sergeant at arms or something. Is that it? No, I don't know.
There is
enforcers.
Let's see.
We got to look this up. Okay. Yeah.
Roles.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you for looking this up.
The structure of the American mafia.
Okay.
Associates. Soldiers. That's what I was thinking.
Soldiers. They're soldiers.
Capos. They're capos.
Yes, exactly.
That's the middle manager or the underboss. The boss or the don.
Yeah. They are not like, there's usually one kingpin, like, because you need one person to organize, to do the, because like kingpins, I believe, are a car part, and it's the main part that
it's like the linchpin.
Exactly, that does the steering of the car, I think. You can't have 3 steering wheels in a car.
No. They're capos. They're capos.
Yeah. Capos. Yeah. Like, because, and also, if they were kingpins, like, because, like, again, Jimmy Giles is the kingpin. Like, I don't know. I just, like, wanted it to be, like, it just sounded like, hey, Jimmy Giles being like, hey, in my mafia, we're all kingpins.
Yeah, everybody gets a turn. Everybody's boss for a day.
Yeah,
let's take everybody's shopping. You get clothes, you get a car. You get some cakes. And here's another punching bag.
I'm gonna run my mafia like it's the communist Russia.
It's a mafia co-op.
Yeah. We all gotta pay in, but you know, it's equity for everyone here in my family.
We're all owners. My friend is a member of a food co-op in Brooklyn, and she's like, as a grocery store owner, she refers to herself as a grocery with her share.
Okay,
that feels like this.
Yeah. That's exactly it. Like, if I was, like, actively in any sort of co-op, I would absolutely take on the highest rank.
100%.
Yeah. So, clearly, like, this is, like, not like a criminal organization, more of a criminal co-op, if you will, Jimmy Giles.
JGCC.
Yeah, the JGCC co-op. Okay.
I will say on that note, this is sort of skipping ahead a hair, but I do not care for the word queen pin.
Why not? What was it about? Yeah.
I mean, like, I get what you're saying, but I also don't. That's not a word. It's not a thing, and that's where my
Yeah.
particulars, like my little like Tracy Flick, comes back. Like, actually, no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like it's interesting because, like, thinking about like sometimes like bringing in like royal terms, whether it's like you're my princess or like you're the kid. It does
Yeah.
kind of come with, like, as fun as it is, it does kind of come with like a context that like can, like, you're like, I like that, or no,
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 it
I
doesn't
don't like
work.
that. Yeah, yeah,
No.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I just like wish like like I love nicknames and stuff in these books, but it's like, oh my god, what if you like, my biggest fear is being in a romance novel. I get zapped into a romance novel or whatever, and they're gonna give me a nickname, and it's a nickname I don't like, but I'm stuck with it. Like, that's a nightmare.
Yeah. All right, shortcake. You're
Yeah,
like,
it's like, well, wait a
why?
minute. Yeah.
All right, cream puff. All right,
Yeah.
no. Can
No,
we have a
yeah.
vote? I thought we were a co-op.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I thought, like at the very least, if I'm gonna be a kingpin here, I'm also gonna be able to choose my nickname. And yeah.
They so I read this on Kindle.
Mm-hmm.
Are there so when I've read audiobooks in the past,
Mm-hmm.
of this genre,
Mm-hmm.
it's not uncommon that you get an early manuscript and there's still typos and whatever. But I would
Yeah.
assume by the time it gets to publishing, they would not switch to Garmo for DeMarco. Like, someone would catch that.
Yes, there was no editor. Clearly, no, I lie. There was no editor being paid, perhaps. I don't know, which is fine. Um, this is what I will say though. Like, I will say that, like, I this is where our society has come to, where I found every single typo in this book so endearing because I was like, a human wrote this. Do you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And that's
Uh-huh.
like, that's where we've come to, where I'm like, yes, a typo, or yes, an inconsistency. And now I know a robot didn't write this.
Yep. I thought you were going to say one of the guys wrote it. One of the guys wrote it.
I mean, if one of the
Clearly.
guys wrote it, I'm gonna write. Can you imagine?
I'm still getting used to the semicolon.
Yeah, like, hey, I use them dashes when I talk, so I'm gonna use them when I type. Leave me alone. I just learned how to use a computer.
No computers in this world. They have phones.
No, they have phones, and Dean went to MIT before he dropped out. And
Right. He can
just
do
hotwires
security
cars.
systems and
Mhm.
cars. But
Yeah,
no,
but no,
no computers. She's
no
not
computers.
getting online for anything. It was actually kind of refreshing. It was kind of like an analog crime caper.
It was, yeah. There was no like kind of like, oh, we're going on the dark web and like da 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 da. Like, it was just like, it was very like this type of story could have been a 1930s noir movie, and
100%.
yeah.
I was explaining part of it to Tom, and he was
Mhm.
like, why is there so much detail? And I was like, oh, there needs to be.
Yeah.
Like, part of the fantasy is the name brand of this and that and the other thing. And
Mhm.
I think because I was telling him oh, they got her the fancy KitchenAid. The
Yes.
like,
The
it's probably
top
the one with
notch.
it's either the big industrial one or
The
the
noodle
one with
maker
the wooden
one?
bowl.
Oh.
Oh, that's an attachment. But there's
Okay.
the wooden bowl one that is like,
yes.
it's so nice.
Mhm.
I don't know if
Mhm.
it would go in their lifestyle. I think they're more stainless steel kind of guys.
Oh,
But I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, it's so interesting. And the good vanilla. You're like, oh, I could lose myself just in her grocery list.
Thank you. Like, it was like their love, like, it's like her love language is baking. Like, that's very clear. But then they were like, well, our love language is getting the best baking devices for our true love, whose love language is baking. And like, is there a greater match made in heaven? I do not think so.
Absolutely not. No, it is very Pretty Woman in that way. Like, she
Mhm.
showed up in a dress from whatever was Forever 21 in
Yeah.
1988.
Mhm.
And he's like, but Valentino. And she's like, all right.
Yeah.
And here she's like, oh, but she knows what it is though. And I wonder if that kind of, I mean, that's gotta help. That's gotta help soften you toward your captors. Like,
Yeah.
you knew to get the good KitchenAid.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's like not only that, but like it kind of like is like introducing this seed in her brain of like this really isn't a kidnapping. You know what I mean? Not, I mean, it is a kidnapping, but this isn't like your typical kid. Well, I mean, I don't know, but
It's more like an extended weird Tinder date.
yes, exactly. And it's in a world where like no one's manipulative, gaslighting doesn't exist. We just are looking at people, and even if they're in the mafia, we see them at their best.
I mean, they have so much to offer. But okay, the proposal
Yes.
and the
I
family and the future.
Yes. Okay. So the happily ever after in this is like it's like six. There's six different happily ever afters when honestly we only needed one. That
Yep.
said, I loved all six of them.
Yep.
But yeah, so they like obviously we have the shootout. We find out that like there's danger coming. It's their sisters the whole time. Blah blah blah. It doesn't matter. Let's get to this happily ever after where like they're all. It's a quadruple wedding, and they have a kid, and there's this, and they got her a new bakery, and they burned down her old one, and it's like, oh my god.
And so then it becomes they burned down her bakery, which I didn't know until the end. I don't think that was talked about earlier.
No, you don't know until the end. Yeah.
Okay.
And you don't know why. Why they needed to do that.
It's to disappear her. She's now in witness protection, but they're the protection.
Right, but why does she need witness protection?
Well, she just needs to be. I took it as she needed to be disappeared. She needed to be erased from her old life. Because what if that guy she went on one date with had questions? Like, that's the next chapter is that guy goes looking for his love.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Not that I get. But like, do we need a whole inferno of a building to have that happen?
No, she could just walk away from her life. This is a thing too, where they say like adults, why you can't report someone missing for however long. Because it's like people can just leave.
Yeah.
She could have just left. Her sisters are trash now.
Yeah.
The dad is
in
jail.
He? Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's in jail. Yeah.
Federal crimes. But then what? So I agree. I don't think it needed all the happily ever afters, and each one asked for more of a leap. Right?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Okay, the guy who got ordained by the internet or some sketchy thing or however they phrased it, marries all three of them. But there's it's amazing. You just picture like, are they in a horseshoe and she's in the middle? Yeah. Do they all hold hands? The thing that's the craziest, I think, in this situation is there's nothing gay between the guys. Like, they're very much like, nothing touches, just her.
Exactly. And I think that was like my issue with kind of the steam of it all was that, yes, it was group sex, but it really was pretty vanilla, dare I say.
It was kind of one-on-one with two other people in the room.
Exactly.
Like, everyone kind of took a turn.
Yeah. No one was like, and not that like, I don't know. I wanted something like, this is a very like intimate kind of dynamic that they're going for. These aren't just three like bros in the mafia. Like, they are part of a relation. They're brother husbands.
They're literally brother husbands.
Yeah.
And they're they don't actually like a bicep never gets brushed. Like, nothing ever. They don't just gently nudge his sculpted hip out of the way.
Yes. Yeah. And like, even if like they like, I've read other ones where like there was which I honestly did a better job maybe in the steam department, where it's a kind of a wide shoes thing. A guy is going down on the one female. He is hard as fuck, and his bro comes in and is like, you know what, I'm gonna jerk him off because I know he needs it. And it was a beautiful moment, and I'm sorry, but like, this pales in comparison of like, well, I need to know that you have like, you're not gay for each other, that's fine, but I want to know you have each other's
code.
Yeah, I just want to know you have each other's backs, you know what I mean?
And fronts.
Yeah, and fronts.
And
backs and fronts.
The one scene, I think it was was it just once, or maybe there were 2 scenes where they all were there, and the
Mhm.
one guy is just over by himself. He's like, I'll take care of myself.
Yeah, and it's like, really? Because when you are in that situation, you need to watch. Like, I need it's so sexy when everyone is watching out for everyone, even if it's not your maybe cup of tea or
Right.
your orientation. Like, that's what makes it so sexy. And so to not have this, it was like, I don't know. Like, I love it was so silly, and I love the dialogue. But like, if we're gonna get nasty, let's get nasty.
So that it's interesting the way the rules are formed in this one.
Mm-hmm.
So she is our wife, according
Yeah.
to them,
Uh-huh.
but none of them are each other's husbands.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're only like, she is the son and they individually are, but they'll all be in the same room, and there's not even a scene where they work out together. Like,
I know. Yeah, or just like even like showing like how much the 3 of them love each other. And I, again, this doesn't need to be like sexual or anything, but just
Nope.
showing these are 3 guys who are 3 kingpins. They live together. They have a compound together. They live and work together. Like, let's see this dynamic. Like what is their relationship, you know?
right. Does someone unload the dishwasher? Is it
Thank-
one? Do they have a chore wheel?
Mhm. Yeah.
The thing I think probably the biggest leap is chore wheel. You brush down the gym.
Yeah.
When they have the baby,
Yes.
doesn't get talked about whose it is or what. It's just our baby.
Yeah.
But then they have another baby, or she's pregnant again.
Yeah, real fast, guys.
So, real quick. I mean, like, certainly an abundance of material.
Yes, yeah.
Here's my like, I can't help but think to the future. Do those kids have friends that they want to bring over? How do they explain my 3 dads and my mom? Like, how does that work?
Yeah.
I just want a footnote, just a postscript of like,
Yes.
here's how it works. Here's what they're gonna do. These are uncles. This one's the dad. Like,
Right.
they all kind of look alike. So do the kids look? Is it interchangeable? Is there a will? I don't.
Yes.
I have so many questions.
There are so many like legal questions that again don't matter, but I think we need to ask this because in the wedding scene, first of all, the or whoever's the officiant, he's like, "Do the 3 of you mafiosos lawfully vow to da, da, da." And it's like, you can't lawfully vow to 3 people. I don't think that's not lawful yet. Yes.
No.
Yeah.
This is why I've watched a lot of Mormon stuff.
Yeah.
I guess that's why I was interested in this. But like, I'm very curious about the organization of it. The first wife is the married wife.
That's
the other
right.
wives are Kingdom of Heaven wives.
Exactly. Yeah.
The first wife you get married in the temple. The other wives you get married in the backyard.
Exactly. Yeah.
At the adjoining house. Like,
Right.
those aren't legal, and those are actually illegal because I mean, this is far too much reality in the fantasy, but like, they drain on the system. They
Right.
take too much like support, government
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, there's nothing like lawful and legal about it. Like, unless it was like again, I would love to live in a world where it's like, hey, you know what, bigamy is allowed. You know, as long as bigamy,
everyone's taken care of.
Yeah, as long as like, you know what, have whatever kind of relationship you want, just let's not hurt people. Like, that's all we need, whatever. So we have that situation. And then we have this situation where we don't know who like the legal or who the biological father is, which like, again, like, we don't need we're in the epilogue, this is like our 7th happily ever after scene that we don't even need. And so but like, it is like something like, well, wouldn't you want to know? Or
They want to know the gender of the child,
right,
but they don't care about the paternity,
and
that
that's
seems
weird.
odd.
Thank
Especially
you.
for like super straight guys.
Mm-hmm,
Wouldn't that be kind of the biggest? Isn't there like a biological need to, you know, I'm not going to take care of someone else's kid, but it's my brother husband.
Right. Yeah. Right, yeah. Because like,
this is my uncle dad.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It's so wild. And I think like what's interesting about like the mafia in itself is like how much it is kind of structured like a monarchy, and monarchy is
Mm-hmm.
so based on genetics and keeping our genetic line going. And even if we're not like kind of seeing it overtly like in the Sopranos or the Godfather, it's still, there's still this underlying kind of like need to keep the line going. And then there's like
Mm-hmm.
this like feral animalistic kind of thing that's what's guiding these people,
Mm-hmm.
and to kind of, I don't know, it would be nice to have like a sentence of just like, hey, we don't care about that. He's all our sons. You would think we would be, but no, we're evolved, man. Like, something like that.
And if our son wants to go by different pronouns, that's fine too.
Yeah, that's fine too. And
Just don't call me late for dinner.
then,
Oh my
yeah.
god, the Thanksgiving scene.
Yes, she makes a Thanksgiving.
Was it? Okay, so I kept losing the timeline here.
Me
I was
too.
like, wait, we're 3 days in or the 6 months are up? Like the 6 months floated in and out of there. Also, was it actually Thanksgiving or she was like, I have this turkey, let's just go for it?
Right. It was very confusing whether it was, like you said, like, because I think, again, this is probably what an editor could have done, was just like, hey, can you give the readers a better sense of the timeline here? Because like
Mm-hmm.
there'll be times where she would be like 3 weeks and I'm already in love with them. And then it's like, it's been 6 months. And this is like kind of a criticism I do have, is that like, if it is 6 months, like this woman must, like, their sex life, we need more sex in this if it's going to be 6 months, because like I think something about like romances, and I'm sure that you know because you read them, is that the sex scenes kind of need to be there to kind of evolve the relationship and the character along.
Right.
The way she was with them on Thanksgiving, if it was 6 months later and she hasn't slept with them yet, like, I mean, they have yet to do any sort of group sex, like, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Like, what's the
Yeah.
dynamic here?
It was weird. It also was their Grinch hearts grew 3 sizes that day moment of like,
Yes.
no, nobody ever made us Thanksgiving. No one ever.
Yeah.
We don't get holidays. We're
Yeah.
usually working.
Yeah, that's the best time to work because everyone's at home.
And then all I'm thinking is like, oh, how many people get killed on Thanksgiving by the mob?
I know. Yeah. And then I was thinking, do kingpins pay their goons
Time and a half?
Time and a half.
To get holiday pay?
To get holiday pay. I'd join the
They
mob for
probably
that.
get like a bonus.
Yeah. Here's another thing that I thought that really I didn't need to think about, but they were all like so amazed with like, she made caramel brownie drizzle brown, whatever. And one of them says, and I forget which one, but he was like, it was better than any of the bakeries we would go to when we were going to cater events. And I'm like, wait a minute. I need to know about these events. Were you the one?
Were you the caterers?
With the caterers? Were you the one picking up the baked goods? Because if so, how are you a kingpin?
Like, isn't there an underling for that?
Yeah, like an intern or something? Or like, doesn't the bakery deliver? It's like, hey, I'll send one of my kingpins to pick up the cannolis.
Oh, are you the kingpin here for the ganache cake?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm the kingpin for the Jimmy Giles band. Like,
oh, wait, and there was some bit in there that was like, just like grandma's recipe. And you're like, you brought out the family she's been here long enough to get the family recipes?
Yes. This is huge because like they basically have like some sort of extract that they're giving her that this is like, which is like a big thing, and they're like, this was grandma, but first of all, we don't know what it is. I just assumed it was vanilla extract, which
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
the good vanilla.
The good vanilla. And this is before like, and again, we don't know how much time is passing, but it's like, it would be nice to know, like, I feel like if we had a sense of time, we would know how meaningful these moments would be. I know that they're meaningful because whatever, we're reading a smut book and whatever. But it would be nice to know how meaningful it is to these characters.
Right. And at the same time, just to go back to what you said, it doesn't matter. It also doesn't matter. Like, we're just skipping that? Great. Okay. Yeah. All right, I'll buy it. I'll keep reading. I'll keep reading your 400-page book. Okay.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's why I think like it really could have been so much steamier. And
Yeah.
I really wanted more nasty, dirty
Yeah, I feel
stuff.
like there were more details about the shootout than the
Yes.
sex was sort of like, and he did this to me and I did that to him and then we switched and that one did this one and this one did this thing and that guy's on the chair.
Yeah, yeah.
Next day.
Yeah, next day. And then also there were like more details on like the baked goods than like there was on the sex, which I love a baked good, don't get me wrong. And I
Me
love a
too.
shootout, don't get me
Yep.
wrong.
Yep.
But like I think for this, like I like there's something in my brain that gets very excited about like these wide shoes things of like, oh, I want to see like a woman find her power by being passed around. You know what I mean? I don't know why, but I
Yeah.
really want to see her be really degraded.
So this, I think, is the thing, and I'm
Mhm.
guessing you've probably had this conversation. I've had this conversation multiple times with
Mhm.
multiple men at different points in my life of like, who has the power in the strip club? Because
Yeah.
men will tell you it's the strippers.
Mhm.
And most, I'm like, she's not there. It wasn't like law school or the pole,
Yeah.
right? There's reasons that put her there. And I don't care how empowered, whatever, but like, come on.
Yes.
The other thing that I think was a very unique point was how mad the sisters were that they didn't get kidnapped.
Yes.
Daddy
Yeah.
said they were going to kidnap us.
They were so jealous. And so that
So
is
jealous.
another thing of like, well, this isn't a real kidnapping because no one would be jealous to be kidnapped, you know?
Right. It was there was King Lear, there was Cinderella,
Mhm.
but also from the jump, you know there's something different about these guys because they didn't choose the plastic sisters.
Right. Yeah. They
They
chose the
chose
girl
the all
next.
natural beauty. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And the back to like their dialogue, the things they would say about like, oh, did we leave the collagen sisters back at the warehouse? Like I was just
They know, so that was one thing I will say. If this were literature,
yeah.
you might critique the fact that the voices are all the same and all clearly female. Like
Yes.
the detail of the men is through the female gaze, which I'm not mad at. It
Mhm.
definitely, like, I could follow the whole thing,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it was very much not, like, clearly not a dude.
Yeah. There were like some terms that I were like, you don't know the term like I don't believe you know the term earth tone or the fact that like you
No,
or the fact that you would know
not
what
Thorin.
a doula is. You know what I mean? Like or like
Right.
I mean I like no, not even that, not even the fact that like I don't believe a mafioso guy would be like, my girl's having a baby, I gotta hire the best doula. Like no one.
I need 3 midwives and an expert doula.
Yeah, and I want to see her doula resume. Does she play
And
wind chimes?
and they're all there watching and fine with it. That's not
Yes.
how anything goes.
No,
Like, they would be worried that she's gonna fuck up the marble with all her birthing.
yes, or they're like, why are they? I mean, I again, like, they're like, no hospitals were in the mafia, but like, please, dear Lord, she is you. I still think they're in a compound in the middle of Maine, which I know they're not, but my brain is there,
Yes.
and I'm like,
Yep.
whenever there's like a home birth, I would like to know that there's a hospital nearby, just in
Nearby.
case. It's just, yeah, it's
Yep.
just my thing, you know. Like,
Yeah, because
I
you
want,
can't shoot
yeah.
your way out of an umbilical cord wrapped around a neck.
No, no, there's nothing you can't be like, oh, let's go sit down at the table and negotiate. This breach. This
See,
breach
this is the way it's
position.
gonna go.
Yeah. All right, baby,
Empty.
you want to come out?
I also love the tiny detail of the birthing pool never gets used. It's just there.
Yes.
Who blew it up? Who filled it?
Yeah. Like, and how did they get it up there? Like, did they bring the hose up there, or did they just get like buckets? Who got the buckets? More kingpins? We don't know.
Maybe they have a shower hose and they just like
That's
filled it that way.
Yeah,
But then they had
yeah.
to like shimmy it out into the room.
Exactly. And how
Is there towels?
And how are they going to dump it afterwards? Like, hey, boys, everyone grab a corner. You know it's a circle, but grab a corner. We're going to dump this into the bathtub.
From the bottom on 3.
Yeah, 1.
Oh my God. There was one other thing. Oh, so you ever, we would watch plays, and my favorite thing that was funny in plays is if they had the table of props on the stage. And that way, if it was boring, you just count, okay, they haven't, once they use that thing, we're done because they've used everything else.
Yes,
okay,
yes. Mm-hmm.
She had a switchblade at one point.
That's right.
She had like clocked a switchblade from the kitchen or somewhere. And I was like, oh, how's that going to get used? Nope.
It doesn't.
Never. It's just she falls in love instead.
I know. And like, it's just like, even if it's like, because there is like the Chekhov's gun of it all, you know, there is the, you know, the Chekhov's switchblade in this moment. And like, yeah, like just like, even if it was like, gosh, I don't know. Like I was expecting her to like do it like maybe have it and do it's like her getting back at her sisters. You know,
she had the zip ties. Couldn't she have shimmied it out of her back pocket and cut her own zip ties and then chopped up her like karate chopped her sisters?
Right, yeah, because like also she's taking self-defense training from Man Bun, and like you would think that maybe something, I don't know, could happen. He shows her how to drop kick someone. I don't know if that's a real thing, and she does it. Yeah.
Yeah, missed opportunity. There could have been another 100 pages in here.
I like, here's the thing. I absolutely loved this book.
Me too. I thought it was super fun.
It was like, honestly, like I think like it was so much fun and joyful to read. It's so silly. And I went on the author's website and they even said like, this is silly romance. If you want silly romance, this is it. And I think that like this is exactly like what like this is important silliness.
Yeah. And I think there's just enough detail that it feels authentic adjacent without taking itself seriously at all.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think it could have been just the perfect book if we just got nastier in the compound bedroom.
Yeah, it was almost a little clean.
Yes.
There was no So this is the thing that was missing. I think I said this last time. Like I find there's always some interesting language the author makes up for what the guy calls his dick.
Yeah.
And there was none of that. They didn't have my cannoli, my giant salsiche. Like there's so many food words that they could have used.
Right. Yeah. Like they don't really talk about their own dicks. Like, you know, just something like seeing her in that dress made my dick so hard. It was harder than a baguette on a Sunday morning after I bought it on Friday.
Yeah, I feel like they were talking about their manhood, which is I think a uniquely feminine way to discuss it.
It's such a feminine way, and it's like you want them to like call it like my nut, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Not nuts, but like something, you know. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Like I just think like there was it. I think like, and this could just be me. Maybe I need to read more of these Why Choose things. But when I think Why Choose, I just think it's the most horny of the subgenres of romance. And maybe it's not. Maybe it's just me. But like I was expecting kind of just an erotic more. I mean, I loved this, but it was just like, where's the erotic thrill ride of it all?
Yeah, I mean, I guess they did do it. She and, was it Thorin or Dean? One of them, while the two were in there having a shootout on walkie-talkies, these two are boning in the car.
Which I loved. Like, that was so great. Like, this mixture of, like, fear and sex, and, like, that's, like, kind of what you want. It's dirty. It's wild. People could be getting killed. Like, this is great. Like, I wanted more of that. Everything else was very safe.
Yeah, agree. Agree. But, you know, better luck next time. Luckily, it seems this author has many in her Possessive series.
This author seems like, okay, it's always three mafiosos, whether it's kingpins and they're all possessive, or gangsters or biker or whatever. Like, if you want your Why Choose romance with three questionable, morally gray characters, like you have plenty to choose from in this author's oeuvre.
Oh my God, we've got cowboys, we've got beasts, we've got
Mm-hmm.
daddies, we've got
Mm-hmm.
bikers,
Yeah.
keepers,
Mm-hmm.
mountain men, oh, bodyguards,
Ooh. Yeah.
outlaws, hitmen. I mean, it writes itself.
It really does. And I love that it seems like it's all it's just three men. It's all
Yeah,
three. Rule of
three,
three. Rule of
three,
three.
18 abs just coming at one poor gal.
Yeah. And she's like looking good, real happy, like just like yeah.
Oh, there's her possessive psychos. I'm going to end up reading all of these, aren't I?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'd be down to read her possessive psychos because that seems probably, I mean, who knows? It seems like it would be like the erotic thrill ride that I was looking for in this, just because of the psycho part. But who knows?
Yeah.
Can't judge a book by its title.
No, and definitely not by its AI cover.
No, yeah, which we are
this
now
feels
learning.
Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, I am gonna ask for your final thoughts and a rating. Okay, for the rating, it's like 1 star out of 5, or 1 star. 1 out of 5 means you didn't like it. 5 out of 5 means you loved it. Should we do baked goods? So 1 out of 5 baked goods means you hated it. 5 out of 5 means you loved it. Or should we do appliances? It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do. But what are your final
I think
thoughts?
like cupcakes or brownies.
Yeah.
Final thoughts. This opened my eyes to the fact that so I tend to map out like catastrophize potential dark situations if I'm ever kidnapped.
100%.
And so I think this is helpful in being ready at a moment's notice to reframe a terrible situation.
Yeah.
You can cupcake your way out of murder, maybe.
You can.
I'm a pretty good cook. I could probably make this happen.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I thought, I'm enough of I have a little bit of a straight A student Tracy Flick vibe that I appreciate the little bits that I can be like, wait a minute. So that actually adds rather than detracts for me.
Agreed.
Yeah. And I thought while it needed some more in places, I thought it set a very fun stage, even if that stage was confusing. Are we in New England, New York, or New Jersey? I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, yeah.
No. So I would probably say 4.5 frosted cupcakes.
Yes. That's the rating I would give it to. I would say this was so much fun to read. It was just it is exactly what I needed, what I wanted. It's like everything you want in like a wide shoes, silly mafia romance. I just am taking away the last cupcake because I needed a little more naughtiness. I needed naughtiness. I needed them to go nuts. Yeah.
A girl cannot bake all the time.
Right? Yes. Now that's a beautiful, beautiful phrase. Oh my God, Robin, thank you so much for returning to the show and giving me your insight.
My extreme pleasure.
Fun to have you on. Oh my God.
Thank you. This was super fun.
Oh, you are super fun. I could talk about books with you. It was such a romp. You're a romp in the best way possible. I love having you as a guest. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of TSTL. If you enjoyed it, feel free to leave a comment or review on Spotify or Apple or wherever you listen. You can also follow the podcast on Instagram, TikTok, Substack at TSTL Podcast. I hope you all have an organized rest of your day.